Okay, we are live. Hey, everybody, happy Sunday and welcome back to summer camp. I am so excited for you to hear our speaker tonight. I know that Maya Hall is just going to have a huge impact on you. But before we get started, I wanted to talk to you for a second. I hope and I believe and I think I know that you've really been enjoying summer camp. And I know a lot of you are getting on live, but yet a lot of you are having to watch the recording just because of commitments and that type of thing. And I get it, and that is okay. I hope that you are just taking the time to circle back and watch all of them because they have been so impactful. But the bigger question is why are we doing summer camp? What is the purpose of it? I think what it's not meant to simply inspire us every Sunday night, because I do want it to inspire you, but I don't want it to just be something that we tap into for the inspiration that we need to start the week. I want it to be something that really drives us to not just be inspired, but to take action and to grow our businesses to the level that we have dreamed about and we thought about, and really being able to create our best life. And throughout these summer camp sessions, they've been, you've heard different skill-based stuff, so things to sharpen your skills, which has been great. You have been able to see the bigness of Mary Kay, so you're seeing that. You're growing your vision. You're learning that it's so important that you're moving up, right? Because our business is not just about the selling of the product. That is a key piece. And yes, we need to see faces. And yes, we need to sell product. And that is a core piece of who we are. But that's not really what our business is about. And what do I mean by that? Well, I want to share a conversation. I posted this to my national areas group, but I know there are a lot of you that are listening in who are in other areas or part of Go Give. And I just want to share a conversation that I saw Sean Key post just recently this past week. And this is what he said. He was traveling to Cincinnati, Ohio, and he got into a conversation with an individual named Mike. And Mike asked him, he said, "Where do you work?" And Sean said, "Mary Kay." And Mike said, "I've heard of Mary Kay, pink Cadillacs, right?" And Sean said, "Yep, that's us." And Mike said, "You must have a lot of competition. It seems like there are so many makeup companies out there. Who's your biggest competitor?" And Sean said, "Our biggest competitor is not another makeup company, because we are in the enriching women's lives business, not the makeup business. Our biggest competitors are poor time management, low self-confidence, and bad choices." And Mike said, "What do you mean?" And Sean said, "Mary Kay is a vehicle for women to live their best lives, to be their own boss, and to earn as much money as they choose. And as a business owner, you must be on purpose with how you spend your time, have the confidence to share your products and opportunity with others, and you must say yes to the people and the things that align with your goals, and no to the people and the things that do not align with your goals." Mike said, "Wow, that's deep. Do you have a pink Cadillac, Sean?" And he said, "No, I had to buy my own car." And you guys, I share that with you because it's so evident and such a great example of what we really do. Now, here's the thing. I challenge you. I know each of you has a goal and a dream and a vision. And I hope that you've really embraced this Great Start program and that you are excited about what it is that you can do with that program. And my hope, if you were to ask me, "Diane, what should I be striving for?" And I would unequivocally say to you, get your 8 active team members in and begin DIQ on September 1st. And if you're in DIQ, I would say wrap it up by September 1st. But for all of you, no matter who you are, I would say between August and September, grow your team by 10. Grow your team by 10. Now, some of you, your head might be blown off by me saying that, but growing by 10 on your personal team in 2 months. But you guys, you know what I know? It's only hard until it gets easy, and it's only dark until it gets light. And what I know is if you are consistently sharing our product with other women and you are not prejudging and you are asking everyone to give their opinion of our opportunity and our marketing plan, I know that you could grow by 10 between August and September. That's not just directors. It's not just nationals. It's for any consultant out there. Success is a choice. Success is hidden in your daily routine. And the other thing that I will tell you is that what you focus on expands. And so what are we focusing on? Are we focusing on having the biggest customer base ever? Or are we focused on living our best lives and showing other women how they can too? All right, you guys. So just leaving that with you, a thought from me. All right, so let's get going and let's meet our guest speaker tonight. And oops, Maya, are you able to unmute yourself?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. All right, good. I just wanted to be sure. Okay, great. So you guys, here's the deal. Maya Hall started her Mary Kay business in 2012 as a college student with her goal to make $100 a month. Just 2 weeks after signing her agreement. You guys, she was a brand new consultant 2 weeks after ordering her starter kit. And she attended her first seminar and sat for 3 days in complete awe and wonder of the Mary Kay opportunity and what it could really bring for her. And a new dream was born. She debuted as an independent sales director just 9 months after signing her beauty consultant agreement while earning her first car. Since then, she has earned a total of 4 free cars in Mary Kay, 2 of those being the prestigious pink Cadillac, and she and her unit are in the process of wrapping up their third pink Cadillac. So in her 6-year career, she has also earned the new director achievements of Fabulous 50s and Honor Society. She achieved the Dean's List, ranking number 2 in her debuting class. She was crowned the 2014 Tupin Rookie of the Year. She's a member of the Linda Tupin National Area, and I've known of Maya just because I keep an eye out on people, these up and coming rising stars, and right away Maya caught my eye as somebody who was taking this opportunity, not just going to have fun, but really going to make things happen while having fun. And there's a big difference. So she's completed the National Court of Sales, and the Shining Stars unit has achieved the Unit Club 3 years, with her highest this past seminar year, achieving the $550,000 Circle of Achievement. That's $500,000, you guys. That is a huge deal. Leading her unit to be the #1 unit in the Tupin National Area 2 times. And last year had her picture in Times Square in New York. She has earned 4 diamond rings, 3 diamond bar pins, and her unit was recognized as the most improved unit in the state of Kansas, where she lives, in 2014 and 2017. Maya is married to her husband, Jordan, and they have 2 children. Cade, am I pronouncing that right? Yep. Cade is 4, and Kenna is 2. They live in Olathe, Kansas, doing ministry at Olathe Christian Church. After a year of personal growth and a huge comeback, Maya is passionate about using her Mary Kay business to ignite a joy inside of women, helping them discover their God-given talents and abilities, as Maya and her unit and her future national area work to do just that, debut a national area. So you guys, give it up for Maya Hall.
Hey, everyone. Well, I am so honored to be speaking with you this evening. And my prayer and my passion today, as I share with you all, is that you can just walk away with a renewed sense of confidence and hope in who the Lord made you to be. You know, it is so crazy. I did not know anything that Diane was going to speak to y'all before I got to speak. And it's so amazing how God just makes everything
Hey, Maya.
fall into place.
Oh, you know what? You were breaking up. We couldn't hear you. Can you hear me?
Perfectly. I'm so excited to share with you tonight what I have prepared. So the first thing I want to share from you, a friend of mine who said, hating yourself for everything you are. Oh, yes.
You know what? You're breaking up. We can't really hear out what you're saying.
Now, Diane?
Yeah, I can hear you now, but we didn't
change it.
But we didn't really hear anything that you just said.
Okay. Okay, I haven't changed anything since I logged on.
You know what? So I'm just thinking. Start talking again. Let me see if it's cleaned up itself.
Okay. Do you want me to try again?
No, not working. You're really garbled. Okay, so you know what we're going to do? I'm going to have you fall off, and I'm going to have you call me, and I'm just going to do your voice.
Okay.
Hold on, you guys. Hey there, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so hold on. I'm going to, I have you on speaker, Maya. So you guys, okay. I have Maya on speakerphone, so I think you should be able to hear her just like you hear me.
Great.
And we are just going to do that. So I'm going to have you start from the beginning because
awesome.
you were garbled, and so we couldn't really hear you. Okay?
Okay, so I will start from the very beginning. First of all, I just want to say, oh my gosh, it's amazing how God works because I truly believe that God brings people together at the exact same moment that we need. And also the fact that everything that you said, Diane, right before I'm speaking tonight is just absolutely perfect for what I have prepared and what I believe God has asked me to share tonight. So this last week, I actually spent my week unplugged. And so that means I did not pick up my phone for an entire week. I wasn't on Instagram or Facebook, and I actually threw it in the bottom of my 2-year-old diaper bag, and my family and I enjoyed a week in a cabin in Wisconsin. And so as I was thinking and preparing for tonight's call, this is what I felt was so important for me to share with all of you this evening. And this is what I have to say. Stop hating yourself for everything you aren't, and start loving yourself for everything you are. You are loved by me. You are loved by God. So live bold and love bold. And my friends, no one is you, and that is your superpower in this business. You can be unapologetically you 110% of the time. You know, and my accolades, Diane shared with you tonight that I went to seminar just 2 weeks after signing my Mary Kay independent consultant agreement, and I went to seminar, and I immediately fell in love that there was no cookie cutter mold of the women that I saw, or look or personality in this business. And I'm so thankful that Mary Kay created an opportunity where we can use our personality, our backgrounds, our faith, our work ethics, however God has molded and shaped us to be successful and reach those goals and dreams that are on your heart. I believe the ones that are successful in this business are the ones who didn't quit when the basics of booking, coaching, selling, and recruiting became mundane. Because I think sometimes we can get so wrapped up in thinking that there's another way to success in this business, but those are it, the basics in this business. I believe the one thing that keeps us from reaching our goals and dreams is our thoughts and how we can compare ourselves to somebody else. So, and if you plan on being in Mary Kay for any length of time, life will happen to you, right? Like good life, bad life, crazy life, trial life, whatever the case may be. And so life happened to me about 3 years ago when I was in the middle of my Mary Kay career at this season. And something had happened in my life where I began to doubt me. I began to doubt my God-given abilities and my talents, and I began to think that I needed to change who I was, or who I wasn't good enough, or I wasn't doing all the right things the right way. And I came into this really dark hole and just felt so ashamed and embarrassed. And some of you are probably able to relate to that. And so forth, and it was not a fun place to be. And in that season of my life, I realized that instead of working to bring glory to the Lord, I was working to bring glory and looking for approval from other people. And here's what I found, is when you work for the approval of other people, or just to please other people, you're going to find yourself lost and heartbroken and unsatisfied. But when you work this business, I've discovered, in a way to please the Lord and to bless other people, you're going to find yourself full of joy and excitement and enthusiasm, even maybe on the not so good days. And so tonight I really wanted to focus on how in such an amazing world of Mary Kay do we reach our goals without being constantly talking so horrible to ourselves. Because I believe that if we were to write out some of the things that we say to ourselves, we would be, oh my goodness, we would be shocked at the things that we tell ourselves and, then begin to believe. And so I want to kind of just share with you guys a little bit of coming out of that season of my life and how it really has impacted my life these past couple of years. And so, especially today in a world where our face is constantly in front of Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook, and guys, all of those things that are posted are usually someone's very best, their highlight reel. And one of the things that I have found is I always compare my worst day to somebody else's best day. And so, how do I grow myself in this business? How can you take that next step? And, just like Diane said, I don't want just to make this be like a fluffy feel good. I want to give you some really practical steps on how to help you reach your next goal. Because I believe that we reach our goals because of two things. Number one, your belief, and your activity. So tonight I'm really focusing on that belief component. So the number one thing I want to do is I want you to affirm your God-given strengths. Affirm your God-given talents. If you haven't already, I would encourage you to take some time and grab a pen and paper, grab your journal, whatever the case may be, and write down positive affirmations over you. Write down your talents, your gifts, your strengths that you have, that you are able to give people. This may be things that just come natural to you. This may be things that people affirm about you, whether it's Diane or your director or your recruiter or whatever, but I want you to write these down. Because what you tell yourself each and every day is exactly what you're going to achieve. And I think sometimes we feel bad for affirming our natural strengths. Like we feel like, everyone can do that. And here's what I found is God made each and every one of us so unique, so perfect, and he looks at you and you are a masterpiece. And instead of being proud of the strengths that God's given us, we look at other people and we think, oh my goodness, but I don't have her strengths, when we're missing out on the beautiful strengths that God has given you. So whether you're the encourager, or whether you're very detailed, or whether you are the more bubbly person, or whether you are a quiet giant, my friend, I would encourage you to write those strengths down, affirm them over you, and then praise God for the fact that he made you that way. He made you that way with those characteristics, those personality traits, because he knew that nobody else in the world at your age and your season, the way that you look, could bless people the way that you can when you are thankful of the strengths that God's given you. Okay, so affirm it and be proud of it. The number two thing I believe that we can do in our Mary Kay business that helps us grow and prevent us from comparing and be proud of the journey that we're on is work in your strength. Work in your strength. Okay, so I do want to tell you guys a story. So a few years ago, I achieved my first unit club, and my national sales director allowed me to pick a trip that I could go on with her to another top director. And she was going to Atlanta, Georgia to see Connie Kitson and Kristen Sharp. And I remember being like, oh my word, I'm so excited. I get to go and just learn from them and so forth and all that stuff. And so I remember sitting at dinner with Connie and Kristen and Linda and a couple other amazing top leaders in our company. And I was sitting there, and I remember very diligently taking all of these notes of what Kristen and Connie do and how they work and everything like that. And she was telling me all these tricks and tips and everything of booking coaching and team building and growing and being a top director and all this stuff. But I remember one of the things that she said at me, and she said, Maya, this works for me. If you go home and try to copy everything I do, you will not have any joy working your Mary Kay business. And I remember being like really stunned because she just like encouraged me, and it wasn't, I was like, oh my gosh, then I was confused, right? Like I didn't get it, but she is so right. When you work in your strength, when you work in your joy, not only will you flourish at reaching your goals and your dreams, but guys, you will be able to bless other people, just like Mary Kay wanted about enriching women's lives. And so instead of thinking, oh my word, I don't have that gift, be proud of that gift that you do have. And then whatever that gift is, that encouraging or using that hostess plan or using that verbiage or the way you set up or the way you decorate or the way you do your customer service, which I know all of you on this call, have top notch, right? Because you're investing and listening, but work in that strength and do it the very best that you can. The Bible talks about doing everything that we do to bring glory and honor to the Lord. And I believe that when we work in our strength, when we work in our joy, when we work that way, we get to honor the Lord and honor Him and glorify Him. That doesn't mean that we have shortcuts on those areas that maybe aren't our best or our strongest. So I do want to give you guys another story. One of my not so natural components of this business, which I hope you all are encouraged by, is selling product. When I was a new sales director, I really struggled, and I remember being ashamed and embarrassed because I felt like I couldn't sell a lot of product at an appointment or and everything. And so here's what I did. Instead of talking horrible and just saying, well, I don't do that part of the business or whatever, I sought out guidance and mentorship from other women in this company who were good in that area. So instead of, being so negative about my weaknesses, I sought out advice. I sought out encouragement for other women who were doing really well. And that's how I completed the National Court of Sales, which I thought was so ironic. Leading up to that season, I just didn't feel confident. I didn't feel very good. But then I began to affirm that I was going to become a better seller of this product. I was going to work my business full circle and not just recruiting, but I was going to do selling and recruiting in this business. And it was amazing how when I started working in that joy and also affirming in my strengths, it allowed me to bless other people, and those people were my customers. The third tip I want to give you tonight is community over competition. So Gloria Mayfield Banks actually made this post just today as I was looking at it, and I thought, oh my gosh, that is such a beautiful picture of what our Mary Kay family, what our culture is like. However, there have been seasons of my Mary Kay career where my competitive spirit caused me to compare, and then I would be, once again, just so hard on myself, not being proud of who God made me to be. And here is what is beautiful about our business, is when you can celebrate another woman's success in her journey, her accomplishments, you will no longer compare, but you'll be able to learn and grow. Iron does sharpen iron. And so what kind of iron are you around? What kind of community are you surrounding yourself by? My prayer is that instead of just being competitive with other people, you're competitive with yourself. And I have found that if I'm competitive with myself and I'm like, okay, I saw 10 faces last week. Can I do 10 faces this week? Okay, great. I did 11 faces. Awesome. Or if I'm going to focus on building to 10 as fast as I can, am I going to share it to everyone and not look or worry about, what others are or aren't doing, or whatever the case may be, and just focus on making sure that I'm growing the best that I can be. And so that community of people in our Mary Kay life, you don't have to feel bad about where you are today or be embarrassed or ashamed, because I believe the enemy, y'all know someone who's chasing you down, who's determined to defeat you, so that way he keeps you from blessing and encouraging other people. I believe the enemy uses discouragement and shame and guilt to keep you from stepping into that very next place that God has for you. You know, God desires to bless you. He desires to give you so many great gifts and experiences, and so often we think it should be right in our hands or right in our lap, when in reality God has it dangling in front of us. He's like, it's right here. Just take that step. It's right here. Just take that next step. And so instead of looking at your national area or your unit or your team or whoever and thinking, oh my word, so-and-so is always beating me. Instead of being angry or disappointed or comparing to her, why not reach up to her and ask her, what are you doing? And then ask yourself, okay, is the way she's working going to bring me joy? Because I want to work in my joy in a way that allows me to be able to move in a way that blesses my family, blesses my community, and ultimately glorifies the Lord. Another quote that I heard recently that I thought was really powerful, and I saw on Instagram, I don't know who it came from, but it said, just because your journey to achieve something took longer than someone else does not mean that you failed. Just because your journey to achieve something took longer than someone else does not mean that you failed. And so, my friends, we are a part of an amazing company, and we are a part of a company right now that is on the verge of a breakthrough. I believe that we have our company with our products and our president and our marketing plan and the Great Start Qualified, everything laid out to us. You truly are the key. And not only are you the key, my friend, you are a perfect key. You're not broken. You do not need to be fixed. You are enough for what you need. You have everything at your fingertips. You have everything that you need inside of your starter kit. You guys, we all have the same product. And so instead of thinking you're not great, realize that no one is you, and that is your superpower. God's given you talents and abilities that he's given to no one else. And there's no need to be hateful or speak negative to you, but to speak positive. Affirm your strengths. Work in your strength and in your joy, and use your community for encouragement instead of competition. And so my prayer, like I said, is something that I said tonight could just help you go to that next step. Because like I said, I truly believe that the two reasons why consultants don't reach their goals is because of belief or activity. And I know that you guys have an amazing national sales director who has taught you how to grow and book and coach and sell and recruit, everything you need for your activity. So my prayer for you this evening is when your head hits the pillow and you wake up tomorrow morning, that you are refreshed and renewed, that you can get 10. You can go into the IQ. You can earn that car. You can break free of financial hardship. You can break free of the status quo. You can walk across the stage next seminar year. And I'll finish with this. I was talking to brand new $1 million director, Nikki McDaniel, right before she was crowned the number one director at her seminar. And one of the things I thought that she said to me that was so powerful is she said, Maya, I believed, I prayed, and I praised. I believed, I prayed, and I praised. And throughout my journey this year, I focused on my thoughts and being very, very intentional about the community that I was around. But I also realized that throughout the seminar year, a lot of my people began to change their goals if it wasn't looking the way that they thought it should. And so I realized that I needed to stay strong to my goal. And so my friends, your belief in you and your belief in this company is going to take you there. So don't change it. Don't doubt it, and be proud for everything you are. You are loved by God, and so I encourage you to live bold and to love bold.
Maya, that was fantastic. Seriously, that was fantastic.
Oh, God.
I just loved everything that you shared. Absolutely. You know, at this stage, for so many people, I think, you know, one of the key aspects that we have to realize is that whoops, I turned my video off as we were listening. I'll turn it back on. I think one of the key aspects that's so important for everybody is that it's not always about the new idea. It's not about the how. It's about how we think. And I always say that, and that's exactly what you shared tonight, is that, you know, how are you thinking? How are you thinking about yourself? What are you focused on as you're growing your business? And so everything that you shared is just right up my alley. And I pray that it's right up everybody's alley. And if it wasn't, that it is now, because everything is pivotal. And it's a prime example why you have gone from where you were to where you've been in such a short period of time. And it's just really, it's refreshing and it's exciting. And I can't wait to watch everything that you accomplish this year. What is your goal this year?
Our goal is to do $1 million. Linda retires, and that is just one way I want to pay tribute to her legacy for our company and up to me and my family. And so we are doing $1 million this year.
That is fantastic. And I have no doubt whatsoever that it will be done. And I can't wait to see that happen, because you deserve it. Your family deserve it. Linda deserves it. And our company deserves to have somebody like you with your picture hanging in the museum, having had your very first $1 million year.
Thank you, my friend. Oh, my word. Thank you so much.
Very exciting.
It means the world to me.
Well, I am excited to watch it happen, because I know I will. So you guys, I hope you took lots of notes. And if you might not even had to take any notes, you may have just had to be open to receive everything that Maya shared with you. But I hope you did. I'm thankful that you tuned in and that you're a part of our summer camp. So go out, have a great rest of your evening, have a great week, have a great month, and get focused on finding your 10. Good night, everybody.